Today is my month check-in. Even though it's a little bit closer to 6 weeks since the last time I checked in, I'm still referring to it as my month check-in. Hopefully that's okay. And this month has been kind of a mix of some really cool progress and also some pretty intense fatigue. First of all, I hit a milestone this month that is really important to me. It meant so much to me. So I'm going to share a little bit about that, do my weigh-in, and just give you a health and weight loss update. Okay, so I thought I'd start because some of the things I want to talk about has to do with the weight. I thought that I would go ahead and start today's video with my weigh-in. So here that is. Hi. Okay, let's do this. It is July 4th, 2026, 9:23 a.m. And I'll put my phone there so you can see the scale. $250.5. So I weigh 250.5 pounds. I can't believe it. I'm almost to the 240s. It's so exciting. Almost 6 weeks ago, what did I weigh again? I can't remember what I weighed, but I lost 7.8 pounds since then. So it kind of roughly works out to maybe 1.5 pounds a week. And so, I'm making progress. It's not like just falling off, but it seems to be like but I am making progress. And from my highest weight this year, which was on January 8th, 2026, I weighed 280.4 pounds. And so I've just kind of been using that as my highest weight, and because it's the most recent, it's this year, and it just sort of feels kind of like a good place to subtract from. And so from 280.4 pounds on January 8th, I've lost 29.9 pounds. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? I was 30 pounds. I'm so excited. So that covers 6 weeks from my last check-in was on May 25th, I believe, and today is July 4th. So that is, in that time period, I've lost 7.8 pounds. And then today, that's what I want to talk about is what's happened during that time period. Okay, so here's the milestone. One of the biggest things about this month is that my BMI is now back below 40. And this matters a whole lot for me because my endocrinologist had talked to me about potentially getting a bariatric surgery if the conservative measures and treatments that he was doing for my body didn't work. He literally said, and it is written on my medical records, we are first trying conservative treatment, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to recommend bariatric surgery. And I just want to say that it wasn't because he was ever blaming me. Actually, this endocrinologist is one of the first doctors I found who clearly said, from a clinical perspective, from the lab work he ran on me, he tested everything. He tested my leptin, my ghrelin, he tested all of my hormones. He diagnosed me with PCOS. He diagnosed me with POTS. He diagnosed me specifically with hyperPOTS. And that was from extensive testing. He's like a numbers guy. He runs tons of tests. He's not bubbly, feel-good doctor. He tells you like it is. So it's not coming from that. But just from a very clinical perspective, he made me feel so good in so many ways with figuring out what was going on with me. But also, he told me that this weight gain was connected to the health conditions that I was experiencing and that he was looking out for my health. And so that completely changes the conversation. He wasn't trying to blame anything I was experiencing on being obese and fix that and you'll feel better. He was saying, because of these health conditions, here's some of the things that's happening to you. Because of your health conditions, you're going to put on weight easier. It's just going to be, we got to fix these health conditions in order to get off. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was a completely different angle, and it was very clinical, and it wasn't just feel good talk. And it made me feel so good. But here's the thing. I don't know if it's just my insurance or if it's if this is typical, but for me to be able to qualify for bariatric surgery, I needed a BMI of 40 or higher. And so this monthly check-in, I no longer qualify for bariatric surgery. So that's off the table now. And that just feels so cool. That means I am making strides. I am doing stuff to reverse these health conditions, to heal these health conditions to where there are certain measures that are no longer available. And I'm going in the right direction. So I don't know. I've just been so tickled and so excited about that. And so, and I am not, like, if I had needed bariatric surgery, if that is what happened, I mean, like he said, some people have medical situations where this is something that you need. So I'm not knocking that. I mean, I'm making choices that a lot of people judge. I'm on medications that people can judge. I'm not knocking anything. If this is what you need and what will help you, so please don't think that. I'm just saying this is one measure I'm so excited that I don't have to add to my plate and that some other things are working. So yeah, so that was exciting news, and I have some more exciting news too. Another thing that I did is, like I told you, I've been diagnosed with hyperpot, and it's a medical condition that can severely affect your ability to get things done. And I'm in treatment with my endocrinologist for it. I'm on medications for it. And I also made lifestyle changes to help with it, such as adding electrolyte, sodium, water, wearing compression clothes so that it helps with my energy and to feeling better. But another thing I wanted to do was work with a physical therapist, because I had read there's a physical therapy or exercise program abbreviated as CHOPS. I won't get into the details of it, but there's been some very promising results from that with people with POTS, that it's helped them get more of their lives back. It's said that some of them are able to go back to working full time. They're able to go back to school if they had to drop out of college or something. They're able to go back and do that full time. Like, they're just able to get their lives back. So I'm really excited, and I started that this month. And I'm seeing a physical therapist 2 times a week, and so it's really exciting. But the other side of that is when you first get started with it, you're going to have even more severe fatigue. So I've been dealing with a lot of really severe fatigue this past month. But I'm looking forward to getting better. It's just something I'm having to kind of get through at the moment. Okay, so I thought I would do also a Tirzepatide update. Tirzepatide it's one of the injections for weight loss that I started, in case anybody missed that. I started it a few months back. That's the reason now I'm saying months 1, 2, and 3, because it's been like my Tirzepatide journey as well. When I added that, I started seeing a lot more help. I added it not just for weight loss, but also for MCAS, the other condition I have where I react to so many things. There's been some studies done, early studies, that is showing that it really helps with reacting to so many different foods and things. MCAS is a very debilitating condition too. I didn't know what the heck was wrong with me. You just have to call 911 out of nowhere because you can't breathe and you got hives all over you, and it's a terrifying condition and also causes exhaustion. But I had read that it can help, that Tirzepatide can help with that. So I was like, okay, so 2 things to do. And I also figured out a way to be able to afford it. And because that was the other big hurdle, because it can be so expensive. So here's quickly that update. First of all, for me now, I'm able to eat a slightly bigger variety of foods. I still have to be careful. I am able to have a few more processed foods, which is really awesome. Like, I can have gluten-free breads and crackers. Like, it's been the coolest thing to be able to eat a gluten-free cheeseburger, because I had gone so long without being able to have things like that because of what it would do to my body if I did. So Tirzepatide has helped a great deal with things like that. But here's the second thing. This has to do with weight loss. When I gained this weight, it's like my hunger signaling had all changed. Like, I got to where I was just so hungry all the time. And I just kind of had to stay away from anything that I could overeat, because it's like once I got started, I could not turn it off. And so, like, I couldn't just have a few pieces of chocolate or something. I'd eat the whole bag. Like, it was just really hard for me to just have things in moderation, because I had just a very powerful hunger signaling that would just overtake my body. And there was no in between. It was either like I had to stay completely away from it, or I would go nuts eating it. And it never used to be that way. That started happening to me before I put on the weight. But like all through college, all through childhood, every time before the end, of course I had cravings. Of course I got hungry. Of course I eat junk food. But I never had experienced this kind of hunger signaling issues to this extent. I would have never grasped how powerful it can be, how it can hijack your brain. But on the Tirzepatide, that is gone. I feel like myself again, like how I used to be. Like, I can have a few pieces of chocolate and put it away. And it's the coolest thing, because like I remember used to, I would like take a bite of a Snickers bar, fold it up and put it in the cabinet and have some a few weeks later. Like, I just didn't think about it. I was just like, oh, I'd like a bite of a Snickers bar, and then put it up. I can do that again now. And so that has just been so awesome. So those are the 2 big, huge things that is happening with Tirzepatide. And so not only is it allowing me to have some really fun foods in moderation, also it helps with my weight loss, because there's way less of the binging or overeating. Of course, it's not a miracle cure. I mean, I only lost about an average of 1.5 pounds a week, but it has been a remarkable to add to what I'm doing. And I'm so grateful to LifeRx MD. So I'm kind of feeling a lot of hope. I feel like I have found a way to start feeling like me again and getting my life back. It's it is weight loss and so much more than weight loss. It's my energy, it's my health. If you're on your own health journey, weight loss journey, or feel like you would just feel at home in this community in any way, I would love for you to be a part of it. And please let me know if there's anything you'd like to hear about, anything you need more clarification on. I'm happy to share about it. And yeah, and if you have any questions, let me know as well. I am still figuring this all out myself, but I can at least share what my experience so far. So yeah, I think that's about everything. And I'm so glad that you guys watched and hope you have a beautiful and wonderful day. Bye bye.